Welcome back. Like, subscribe, and comment, please. If you subscribe and you have content on your channel, I will subscribe back. And share this video too. Anyways, kind of doing a little test run against this train here. Running the Duratrax fossils right here on the car. And the Jconcepts holds versus this train. The train starts out as kind of a loose gravelly on a hill with a little bit of grass growing through it, as you can see. Then it kind of, as we get up a little higher, the grass goes away, the thickness of the gravelly rock goes away, and it's more of a thin layer gravelly rock on top of the hard rock with moss starting to come out. Then as we get up into the main rocks, it's mostly just moss on top of rock. So that's what we're testing these against, is the changing terrain like that. I'm not doing a tire comparisons review with this. That's really hard to do unless you have a controlled environment, I guess you could say. There's other guys that have, you know, a controlled environment where they go to the spot, and whether it's their backyard or not, and the same obstacles right there, and all that stuff. It's really hard to run a set of tires up this hill and then catch the exact same line. So that right there will make it. I ran the fossils for almost an hour up on this hill before I came down and switched over to these holds. Now right here you can see I'm taking a different line because I forgot which way I went. Of course I come right up immediately, snag the tip of this rock because I'm trying to hook a left to get to the point where the fossils went through, which is those two rocks behind this rock. And then when I get up there, when the fossils were on the car, the driver's side tire cleared that big rock on the left, and then both rear tires got locked up on both the rocks. Now what happens here is I clear this rock and I go up there and both front tires hit both rocks, or both the driver's side tire hits the rock on the left and doesn't clear. So I kind of fight that for a second. Suppose gates would help, or maybe laying down a string or painting little tiny dots. Thought about all that stuff. That's a lot of work just to, you know, do all this stuff. But yeah, you can see a driver's side tire smack the rock right there right off the bat. And I think to get over the rear tire over the rock on the left or on the right, I have to goose the throttle a little bit more with these holds versus the fossils. I kind of, you know, was able to just gently crawl over it at a low RPM. But here I almost got stuck with the holes. Of course my rear tire is hitting that rock too now. But you'll see as soon as the rear tire clears, I still have to goose it a little bit to get over that rock on the right. And I do a split screen in this video to show you both rigs run against each other up through here. On this lower half, both vehicles are pretty comparable, I would say, or the tires. There's the split screen. So you'll watch when I get up to those two rocks, the fossils, which are on the right side of the screen, you know, pretty much clear the rock on the left, but then get hung up on the rock on the right. But I don't have to goose it as much to get it over for some reason. Then after this, the train's going to switch to a little bit more of a loose rock on top of hard rock with a little more moss growing out of it. It's not until we get up into the heavy moss that the holds really start to show that they're, you know, the better tire for that environment, that terrain. Both these tires weigh You see the holds weigh 68.6 ounces, and the fossils weigh 69 ounces. They're both on Treal wheels, exact same wheels. I did put my own lead weights on the inner ring, but it looks like I got the weights pretty close, because I weighed you know, like 3 sets of tire, or three tires of each, and they were all, you know, within that weight range individually. So the weight's pretty close, but I did feel like the longer treads on the holds were kind of able to reach down, because there's a few spots in the video where you can see that the fossils are just barely touching. I'll point that out to you later on. So you can see now we're on, you know, more on hard rock with a little bit of loose gravel there. We're starting to get up into some mossy stuff. Both tires struggle a little bit right here. I think I had to goose the holds a little bit more. You can see the crushed gravel there and a little bit of moss. And this is where I think the holds really started taking over, right here in this little spot. Yeah, when you goose it with the holds, you get a hell of a lot more bite. The plus side of a tire that slips, especially on a hill, is you're less likely to flip the car over backwards. I was getting a pretty good bite right there. I think I got lucky and going the direction I go right now, because I absolutely forgot which way I went when I was running the fossils. I might have dropped in a little bit lower than with the fossils than I did with the holds here. Let's see, I think I got to goose it a little bit harder here with the holds. Gonna get in there, that back tire is gonna get a little bit stuck, I believe. Yeah, the holes are digging in a little bit harder, kicking some of that gravel out from underneath them. But when they grab, they grab. Oh, what's your opinion about that little section? Do you think the holds won out, or do you think the fossils did a little better? I'm kind of almost leaning towards the fossils. Now we're going to get up to some thick moss stuff, and this is where I really notice the difference between the fossils and the holds. The holds do a lot better on this thicker moss. We just switched back over to the fossils. I think I hit pretty much the same line coming up here with both sets of tires. It's just that my camera angle was different. So when you see me coming up through here with the holds, I'm on a different camera angle. So it looks like I don't hit the same line, but I'm pretty sure I was real close to the same line. All the way up. Right here I start to notice that the front tires aren't quite planted onto the ground. It's like they're just barely touching. And when the holds come up through, they seem to have a little more contact to the ground past that little point right there. See how those front tires just look like they're just barely touching? Now they're getting a little bit more contact. So the holds come up all the way through, I think with a little better contact. Which is odd because they're both pretty much the same weight. I'm just wondering if it's the treads on them being, if they're a little bit longer. I haven't measured the diameter of the tires yet. Much quicker coming up through here with the holds.
Oh, these things are going like a boss on this shit.
Yeah, I had different camera angles for the whole run with the holds. But we come up pretty much the exact same place. And it does look like I've got more front tire contact than I did with the fossils. Yeah, shot right up through there. Here's a split screen of it. This gives you an idea how much quicker the holds came up through here. I had a lot more confidence for being on the throttle. I will tell you that the holds did a lot better in loose, loamy dirt than the fossils. The fossils weren't far behind, but the holds were a lot better. I ran the fossils in water, in creek, on slippery rocks. I already know that the holds wouldn't do good in that condition, so I didn't run the holds in that. So in my opinion, I do believe that the fossils are a much better all-around tire. The fossils actually did really well in the creek. They impressed me. The holds will get better grip than the fossils on our good rough textured rugged rock with loads of grip, but the fossils are real close, right? You know, pretty much right there. So here the first time hitting this, so I'm looking for the spot to get up through. So I really can't blame this tire for this. I'm just looking for the spot. I don't think the holds would have made it up in any of these places. There's only one spot that it can come up through, and it's right there where my car is right now. But even then, with the fossils struggle to get up through here. It's probably, I deleted a bunch of the failed attempts here. It was probably a good 10 minutes of me just trying with the fossils here, and the holds the holds did it in one shot. I got the video sped up a little bit. Really trying to focus on what I'm doing and keeping the camera on target. Can sometimes easily forget which, you know, how you got to have the camera pointing. There's a little tip of a rock sticking out, and I need to go right where that tip of the rock is. But when I go there, my front left driver's side tire wants to go underneath of that tip of the rock. And just to the outside of that rock, the car wants to flip backwards on itself. So I gotta just barely nick the side of that rock with the tire. Almost letting the edge of the tire go underneath the rock a little bit to kind of push the vehicle down just a touch. Almost.
Yeah.
Then I stopped right here, and that was a mistake. I had momentum going.
Just gonna stop. Son of a bitch.
And as you'll see when the holds will be up next, they just shoot right up through here. On the next little challenge, which would be in the next video, I come up a really steep spot and I got rocks in my way that I kind of got to bounce over. And the holds when I go to goose the throttle, the holds want to just flip my car completely backwards to get so much traction. To where these offer, the fossils offer a little bit of slip. And so I was able to pop up through there a little quicker with the fossils. Problem was the fossils were the first ones up this area, so it took many tries with the fossils. Even with the holds, it took quite a few tries. But that'll be the next video. Yeah, I got about 6 feet behind me is the edge of the cliff.
Right on the edge, and I'm in a bad spot.
If I step backwards or fall, I could be rolling off the edge of the cliff. Alright, well, it fell off right here after this. I tried to turn around, it fell off. So I didn't go back through, but I was able to turn around with the holds here, and I did go back through with the holds. As you see here, the holds just shoot right up through here. Something's allowing me to have more pressure on the front tires going to the ground. I don't know why. They're a little bit lighter than the fossils. Even though they look heavier, I just weighed them on the scale and they're showing up, you know, just slightly under the weight of the fossil. Take a moment to remind you to like, comment, and subscribe.
Well, I hope I got that on camera.
Makes me feel good to see people actually hitting the like button and leaving a comment. And subscribe, and if you got content on your channel, I will subscribe back. So it's a quick, easy way to get a subscriber to your channel. Just subscribe to me and I'll subscribe back. I often subscribe to people, but they don't subscribe back, and you know, sometimes I'll give it a few weeks, and if they don't subscribe, I unsubscribe from them. It's just a common courtesy thing. See someone subscribing to your channel, hit that sub back. It's the way it goes. I don't care if you got 100,000 viewers. You see someone subscribe to your channel, you subscribe back. If I get back to this area, I might come up here with my Traxxas canyons.
Made it back through.
I got some Traxxas canyons that I cut the threads on, and boy, they're impressive too. But I need to get some aluminum wheels for them, and
on this moss-covered rock.
Either some foams or do the hair bun thing. Anyways, about the end of the video. Stay tuned for part 2, where I hit another little spot uphill here, and thanks for watching. RC for life, and peace out.